Hello, I'm Reverend Karen Davis of First Christian Church. When you encounter friends and family, who do you see? You say, oh, there's Susan, there's John, oh, there's Frank, there's Mary. Or do you see them and think, there is a child of God? Well, I invite you this week as we reflect upon Luke's Gospel, chapter 1, verses 38 through 56, invite you to think about the relationship between Mary and her cousin Elizabeth. Both of them were getting ready to give birth to amazing children. Elizabeth to John, who would become John the Baptist. Mary to Jesus, the Messiah. Yet as those two women encouraged and cared for one another, they represented to each other God's presence dwelling in the world. They saw one another as a special child of God, along with the children that they were carrying in their wombs, who indeed were special children of God. But as we encounter people, whether it's at home, at work, at church, wherever we might be about, the grocery store, the freeway, it's important for us to look at others and see them as children of God, to see God at work in them. When we begin to do that, the way that we relate to one another will be different. This is what God intends for us, to be in relationship with one another, to care for one another, to see one another as God's children, and to view one another with eyes of compassion, to show grace and kindness to one another. If you see that person that cuts you off on the freeway as a child of God, maybe you'll wave at them with your whole hand. So let us reflect this week on how each of us are indeed a child of God, that each of us are loved and cared for. And may we extend that same love and care to all whom we encounter. That from generation to generation, we know that God loves and cares for each and every one of us. Let's extend that grace as we continue our journey towards Christmas morning.